Greetings. This is Skylar Saunders saying, what's current? It's getting rocky. It's getting choppy. There's a feud about with Lil Baby and Blueface. They have been over the past few months sneak dissing, subtweeting, going back and forth over issues like maybe Lil Baby was sleeping with Krishan Rock. Who knows? We see this come out with a rap and a diss song, I guess different lyrics that are showing the differences between two artists. So it I never really liked Blueface. I said this before in other posts. He raps off beat and it's very jarring. It's kind of annoying. And Lil Baby, he's got his own. I think I like his flow. And he has some serious tales in his music, so I have to give him his credit. And he was the highest selling artist period in 2020, with so many streams and so many different downloads and physical copies sold. So Blueface, on the other hand, has just is limited to one especially song, Thotiana, but he has this song called Baby Momma Drama, in which he says, and I quote, Lil Baby thought he knew me, haha, how he let me another grown man feel up on your booty. Couldn't be my boy. I'm not a hoochie. You niggas really in the street. I'm really in the streets. So I think he was rapping on beat for that moment. But it seems like there was a there's a previous song that Lil Baby recorded. It was with a lyric that says, and I quote, "Put a hunnit up a million times. F is a blue face." Baby rap on the aforementioned song on this song. So it's been going on for a little while now. It's been going on for a little while. I don't think it's gonna get into like a Jay-Z Nas territory or Ice Cube and Common. I'm going back now, kids. I'm going back. So be prepared for that. But for the most part, they are, representing something that is, part of the genre. Let's just say it's part of the genre. The battle, beef, and or tension. That's part of the code. That's part of the how you get your weight up. That's how you get seen by a lot of people in whatever stage of the game. If you're first coming into the game, you get into beefs with people to get notoriety. You get into beef with large people that are established and who are already within the industry just to get your toes wet. So you can jump in the pool. That's how you do it. Yeah, I'm thinking about 50 Cent. He said he was robbing everybody. He had a single about thinking about robbing all these different artists. And Jay-Z came back and said, I'm about a dollar. What the F is 50 Cent? So, you have lines like that that brings you up. No, it seems like it's going to be a disparaging moment for you, but it actually turns out to be something good. Because 50 Cent, who's this 50 Cent guy? Let me check this guy out. Jay-Z said it. Oh my gosh, he's the biggest rapper of all time. Oh my God. And then they scrambled to have that, known. But I think with Blueface and Lil Baby, it's a lot different. I mean, they're talking but it has overtones. The sleeping with your woman kind of thing. Jay-Z had that with Nas, talking about his baby mama. He had to skeet it on the baby seat or wherever it was. It's just little goofy stuff like that. That happens within the rap genre or the music of hip hop. That's what is so groundbreaking, I think, about the genre of hip hop is that you can go back and forth on each other. Like, what other genre does that? Is there like country singers going back and forth? I'll get you one day or something like that. I just can't even consider it. But hip hop is known for that. At its roots. The culture at its roots. The start of it was a culture. You had the 9 different elements. I can't name them all right now, but there were 9 different elements that were included in hip hop. I'm gonna have to memorize them one day because I have 9 unpublished novels about them. Um, but it's amazing to see, these young cats coming up in the game with all this, bravado and I'm better than you and things like that. They should be saying I'm the best and I'm saying I'm better than you, but that's hip hop. That's the line. That's hip hop. That's how it is. Um, it takes everything. You have to have your own stamina. It's just like you're a boxer. You're a verbal boxer. You have to have stamina. You have to have your feet always moving. You have to have your guard up at all times. Protect yourself at all times. That is the key. And I think Lil Baby and Blueface are exhibiting that. They're showing that they are more than just the names that are on the marquee. That they have the righteous position to go at each other, to be on each other's lists, to be able to discover what it means to be full-fledged artists. Now I say that with all due respect to Blueface, especially. His artistry just isn't. It just doesn't do much for me. It just I don't really care about it. Lil Baby, I can't name one of Lil Baby songs. It's like, get money, and money. That's a jam. I like that song. That's motivating. That's inspirational. He's kind of like a deep vibe to that song. But Blueface, he's trying to have a strange, weird, uh, beautiful, dark, twisted fantasy version of a romantic relationship with Krishan and his baby mama, what's her name, Jaden, and it just comes out as I hate what they have to do. Um they have these little emojis. I hate emojis except for a thumbs up and a salute, basically, and maybe a smile face. But it seems as though the two of them can't get along, so they took to X, I guess you can say. Uh, People are saying, Twitter on different blog posts or articles, but it's X. You have to say the site or the media site, social media site formerly known as Twitter, X. And this is what happened. It said, quote, hours later, Blueface taken to Twitter on Tuesday, should be X, September 19th. Lil Baby seemingly addressed Blueface's slanderous lyrics by writing, "Who? Y'all stop playing." Face with a steam from nose emoji. See, you have to say face from steam from nose emoji. Look how goofy that is. Hours later, Blueface appeared to respond by writing in a tweet of his own, "You know who? Devil face emoji." See, you have to say devil face emoji. It's like, say the word. Say what you have to say. I don't know. I just don't like emojis like that. Only a few, or maybe a thumbs up and the salute, like I said. Um, he's the Crazy in Love co-stars. Have a photo of a rapper all up in her face, and then when she confirmed it was Lil Baby. Wait a minute. Rock was adamant that her conversation was innocent and they simply spoke about work, but Blueface wasn't buying it. End quote. So it's like they have the weird romantic relationship already, where Blueface has a baby mama and another baby mama. Nobody's married at all, so they can, I guess, not have to worrying about filing for a divorce or adultery or something like that. But the main thing is they are still very much in a position to be loved. I wouldn't say they're in love. I don't want to say that. They have the show called Crazy in Love, but it doesn't seem like this is like a very whirlwind. I called it before. This is like Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love, you know, Blueface and Krishan Rock. They have those vibes. It's very wild and turbulent, and same thing with Sid Vicious and Nancy. Same thing, Sid and Nancy. They have that chemistry that's, it's very volatile. They have like nitroglycerin, tablets or bottles. You upset one, and the whole thing can go up in an explosion. But they seem to be going along very well with whatever they're trying to do on a level of, trying to be better parents and better uh friends in this relationship. That's what it seems like. That's what it appears like to me. That's what it all comes down to, I think, before when it comes down to that. But I've got an advertisement that I have to say. Visit Spirit Smooth Tunes on YouTube.com. You'll get Quiet Storm, smooth jazz, R&B, all kinds of different, very relaxing music that is very beneficial to you and very therapeutic in some ways, I would say. So make sure you check out Spirit Smooth Tunes on YouTube. Okay, back to the lecture at hand. Blueface and Baby, it doesn't even match up, I don't think. Because Lil Baby has way more hits. He's way more known. He's in commercials. When you're in commercials, let me make sure. Let me remember what commercial it was. Let me see. Commercial. Oh, come on. Can't find it now. But he definitely has. I remember he was in a commercial. That's it. Rockstar Energy. Yes, Lil Baby's in Rockstar Energy drink. So he's got more, bounce to his more bounce to the ounce. He has more mojo. He has more clout, I guess you could say, than Blueface. He definitely turned it around and made it his own. He made his own lane. He was able to find a sponsor, and he's probably making hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars off the Rockstar. And that's what's so important in this game. That's what's so important. That's what keeps the game going. This is from a report. My Turn, Lil Baby's album, was the most consumed album of 2020 in the U.S. with 2,632,000,000 album equivalent units and 40,000 physical sales. So that's an amazing feat that Lil Baby was able to do. I thought it was in the world. Excuse me, pardon me. Let me slow down. But in the United States, most in the United States, but not in the world. Um, but the two of them, they form something that could be beneficial again to both parties. They keep it on, like we say, it's not literal anymore. It's like we say with mixtape. It used to be actual tape, like in the cassette and the mixtape, you know. But I guess you can say it now because people bought vinyl back. So you say they're keeping it on wax. Let's try to keep it on wax. Let's not try to hype up and glorify any kind of anxiety, beef, and or tension, and let's not go down the route of picking up weapons or anything like that. Let's keep this within the realm of rhymes and keeping it with over the beats instead of meeting each other in the streets over some dumb shit. So that's why I think is crucial to both of their careers, both their lives, is to have them understand the fact that they are too busy, focus on getting money, that they could lose sight of the fact that they could lose their lives. That's what's important. You want your life and you want your money, but you can't, jeopardize yourself just because you have tension or beef with somebody. That's not going to work out. That's not going to pan out well for you. That's something that is a detriment. But I think Lil Baby and Blueface could probably just do the same thing what happened with Nas and Jay-Z and so many others. They squash the beef and they make records together. I can see that happening. I don't think that's impossible. Cause they, like I said, they use the same tactics. They use oh, I got your girl and she was with me, and that's all you have to really know. And it's the same kind of idea. It's the same kind of idea, just in a different frame, just a different generation. It's a totally different generation than 20, almost what is it, 22 years ago when Nas and Jay-Z had their kerfuffle. Well, actually, it was more than a kerfuffle. It was probably an all-out brawl on wax, though. On wax. That is the key to all of this. Keep it on. You don't want to see you with the cig squirting in the streets and the oops and the blammers and the blasters. That's what we don't want to see. And I had to make a correction because I was not sure before, but correction. Blueface, he's naming it after money now, $100. But Blueface was a name given to him by the Crips, and he represents those Crips. So that's where the name Blueface comes from. The Schoolyard Crips gang. They named him Blueface, and it dominated the neighborhood he grew up in before it was his rap name. So, as you can see, he's gang affiliated, and he has ties to the Schoolyard Crips. So, taking into account the fact that he brought upon himself, so much drama, beef, and or tension, as I was trying to say earlier, he can do, so many positive things. He actually has a platform. I can't see his skill set. I don't see it. Maybe other people probably see it. Apparently, he sold millions of digital sales and streams, but I don't really buy it. But Lil Baby, I just have a few words against Lil Baby. It seems like he just says the same thing over and over. He's on beat and it says something clever, but it's the same thing you just said in the last song. Like he didn't change the context of the different wording up all the time. So that's my strike against Lil Baby, but that's inconsequential compared to Blueface. So when you have these two young warriors in the battle realm, it's gonna intensify. It can only get better on wax and hopefully not worse in the streets. As long as they're creative, as long as they're using their mind and getting money, and you have have at least a shred of an ego or at least arrogant, that I would say that it's possible to continue this beef, continue this feud, continue it, do it all on your own music. Go back and forth on trading barbs, different words at a fast clip. That's what's so important right now. We need that for the game. We need we need these cats to get at each other on wax. That's what makes it so special. That's what makes it so engrossing and fascinating. 50 years of hip hop, and we're still battling each other. That's the thing. It's like we're steel sharpens steel. I don't know if Blueface is really the steel, but at least he can try to purport to be. He can look like he's got steel. He can make it seem like it. He can try to act like it. But Lil Baby's too. Baby, if Lil Baby wants to keep his rock star affiliation, if he wants to keep his whole line of being a rapper in these industry streets, because that's what they are now. YouTube is an industry and it's the streets. It's the new streets. Algorithm is the new god. YouTube is the new streets, and that's how it goes. That's the way we have to position ourselves today in today's time and place. That's how it goes. It makes it seem like we don't have the proper ideas for what it is that we do. It makes it seem like we don't have the proper role for who we really are. I'm not hip hop. They're hip hop. But I respect hip hop. I respect the fact that it has grown, it has flourished on so many different levels, financially, socially, globally. It's gone across the world. It's changed, revolutionized the world. People in Sweden are rapping. People in Nigeria are rapping. People in Australia are rapping, and doing breakdance and tagging and DJing. It's all because of because of Lil Baby and Blueface as metaphors. It's because of these two. They want to make sure that they're on top. They want to be the best one. They want to be the top dog. That's the drive you should have. People from little street urchins to Fortune 500 CEOs listen to hip hop. Even a presidential candidate. Let me make sure I get his name right. Presidential candidate. Vivek Ramaswamy. He wants him to stop. Eminem says he wants him to stop Vivek Ramaswamy to stop using his music. Who didn't see that coming? So many people have said that in the past. What's his name? Bruce Springsteen told Ronald Reagan not to use his music in his campaign. I mean, it goes back, but getting back to Lil Baby and Blueface. I mean, you can talk to your blue in the face about Lil Baby and Blueface. They both have, similar ideas anyway. I don't know if Lil B is Baby is, I keep calling him Lil B, not Lil B. Lil Baby is gang related, like the Blueface, but I don't know if even Blueface is truly gang related. I don't think he's affiliated with the Schoolyard gang, but I don't think he's putting in any work. I don't think he's copping bodies or knocking off liquor stores or initiating people, robbing little women for bags and stuff like that, and doing all kinds of mischief, or just rolling tight with an organization that purports to be California, Revolution in Progress, crib. I don't know about Lil Baby's past. I'm trying to look for it now. They're saying he was born in okay. Lil Baby, let me see here. This is interesting now that I look at it. I'm saying his real name is Dominique Armani Jones. Born in Atlanta. Look for anything. No, it doesn't look like it. And he's won a slew of awards. He's won a Double XL Song of the Year award, BT Hip Hop Awards, BT Awards, ASCAP Rhythm and Soul Music Awards. He's won winning songs. He's got a list of them. Everything from himself, or wait a minute, or everything from Emotionally Scarred to We Paid to Whoa. American Music Awards. He was nominated. So Lil B has probably more in a weight class than Blueface. He's definitely, more attuned to being a rapper than Blueface is. He doesn't have the same affiliation to the gang culture as Blueface, but he's definitely connected, I think, with different people. I'm gonna see. He's down with Wolfpack. He looks like YSL Records, Capitol, Motown, Quality Control, Glass Window. Let's see Blueface. I'll check out Blueface. He is with Cash Money West. It looks like he was probably with Republic, Fifth Amendment, and E1. He has 3 kids. He boxes. That's what I forgot about. He definitely boxes. So he definitely physically spars with people. Okay, so he has some legal troubles. He was arrested on charges of attempted murder and shooting in Las Vegas, Nevada on October 8th of 2019. He was in prison in the Clark County Detention Center. Okay. What happened with Lil B? That was Blueface. He had a song called Respect My Crippin', by the way. Let's see. He's got legal issues. On July 7th, there's a quote from YouTube. 2021, after attending Paris Fashion Week events with basketball player James Harden, Jones was arrested on a drug charge by police in the 8th arrondissement of Paris. They try to be real fancy. Harden was stopped but not detained, and both men were soon released. Okay. So they both got records, or been in the clutches of the law before. That makes them on par with each other. But what I want to just stress is the fact that you have to keep it on wax. Keep this on the level of music. Do not let this spill over into anything violent. With drama, feud, beef, and or tension. You don't want that. You don't want to see that. Blueface got 3 kids. Let me see how many Lil Baby has. He has 2 kids. You don't want to see them grow up without a daddy, either one of them. So, some that has to be, taken into account. That their biological parents should be safe and sound and on the mic and not on any kind of vicious, noxious kind of idea of using hip hop. Okay, so far I've had one person come in, one person go out, no likes. I'm at 0. I've been at 0 ever since this show started. except for those few moments, few fleeting moments when one person came in, one person came out. It's feast or famine. One day I'll get $54. One day I'll get $65. Another day I get $0. But I keep grinding. I keep growing. I keep showing that I have to get my weight up. This is me getting my weight up. I have to get to 1,000 viewers or subscribers. I'm almost there. I got 280. I'm over, a quarter of the way there. Almost a third. So I'm very fortunate to have Mr. Troy Star Terrain, and he featured my story in his community section that blows up every time it goes into the community section. Now we have one person. Could it be Rick James? I don't know. Show yourself in the live chat, one person who came in, because he knows what time it is. Okay, you went away. All right, I don't know. It wasn't Rick James. Rick James would have stayed around. But I have to talk about Ruler of the Kingdom of the Air, RKA. RKA, or Ruler of the Kingdom of the Air, is my baby. It is my product of my mind. It is my brainchild. It came out of not desperation or any kind of adversity or anything like that. It was just pure imagination. I just used parts of what I know about the reality that I've been in and translate that into a mythical sort of story that denounces mysticism throughout. Now, let me break that down. Mysticism is basically the belief in something that doesn't exist. It means that it's something that it doesn't have any grounds for reality. You're trying to ascribe something that isn't there, that doesn't exist, and to make it seem real. Faith is the acceptance of ideas in the absence of evidence. That is a quote. I did not come up with that. Miss Ayn Rand came up with that quote. That's exactly what it is. And with this story, it's to show people that, wait a minute, what am I thinking about? What am I doing? How am I considering this, and if this is true or not? That's what they're saying. That's what most people are thinking. How can this be? That's not true. I know that's not true. How do you know? It's been millennia that's been in your ancient books, the Torah, the Hadith, the Quran, the Bible, all these different ancient texts, and people still believe in them. They stand by them. They consider them their last refuge and their sole purpose for living. The words that are written in that book, in those books. That's what Ruler of the Kingdom of the Air is challenging. It's challenging those ideas. But that's not all it is. It's celebrating. It's celebrating the idea of individualism. Especially. It has reason in capitalism as well, but especially individualism. You'll see that throughout. The individualistic spirit that runs through America is very alive and well in this story. That's why I think it has to be a winner, has to be the first place. Because it is American. It is thoroughly American. It's the great American novel. It's excellent in that way. It creates a certain amount of understanding between the reader and the writer. That'd be me. We have a bond. We have a connection in that way. We say that we are here for this little bit of time, and all the oneness. Like I said, the oneness I was talking about the other day. So far, we've been on one planet as human beings. We have one body, one mind, one life, And that's all that is so important. Everything that is one, the one, you can't get it. Once it's gone, you can't get it back. That's why you have all these catastrophizers about the planet. People that, go against, oh, we've got to do solar and wind and electric, the electric grid and stuff like that. First of all, solar and wind are completely unsustainable and unreliable, and they're too expensive. You want to take away the air conditioning and heating units, especially the air conditioning units of people of sub-Saharan Africa. You want to take that away from them because coal, oil, and natural gas will cheaply and make a profit for the people that are, suffering the most. They will profit spiritually and physically. It may not be financially, but they'll save on money. They'll save a whole lot of money, and the people that will institute these different components for oil, natural gas, and coal, they'll have the opportunity to bring it into the world and that to change their lives. So I say that because people who think something is evil and bad and wrong is actually probably good. And I know it's good. Not just probably, I know it's good. Even oil, oh my God, it's nasty, it's mucky, it's ugly, it's dark, it's black. Oh, coal, it's black, it's chalky, it's messy, it's nasty. Oh, natural gas, oh, it's awful, it's terrible. It could cause explosions and stuff like that. People don't have a clue. People don't have a clue. And that's just like this. Like when I had my story, I didn't even know what to call it yet. Then for some reason, I can't even remember. I'm not messing with y'all. I can't remember. But I came up with the title, The Ruler of the Kingdom of the Air. And then I had to look up what it meant. And it came to be, it was a verse in the Bible, Ephesians chapter 2, verse 2. Beware of the ruler of the kingdom of the air, for those who are disobedient, or something like that. I'm paraphrasing now. Can't get the full quote, but in all honesty, people who are supposed to be taking all the money away from people, it seems, or money grubbing or anything like that. And that's not the case. You have a solar panel, that's fine. That's great. Solar is wonderful for what it is. It's a wonderful invention, great idea, using the sun. What happens at night? Some of it's stored. I know that. It's stored throughout the day. I get that. But, and the same thing with wind. If the wind's not blowing, and then they want to have, my state lost its damn mind, taking away plastic bags, like that's going to make a big difference. And they made sure that in the news to tell you that those paper straws are more toxic to the environment, the quote unquote environment, to nature, I guess is the best word, than plastic straws. The irony there. They thought for a moment that, we can use our paper straws and they're going to help out the environment. They're going to warm the world. And that's the worst thing that anybody can say, because there is no environment other than the human environment. There's nature, and then there's human environment. That's it. That's all there is. That's the only thing that is possible. That's all that makes sense. And to try to cheapen or weaken the words of people that know what they're talking about when it comes to the environment and things of that nature, that, no pun intended, and that is what's so, important, so significant. We have a state of the mind of the genre of hip hop that hardly is basically not really. I mean, there's some hip hop. There's like one rapper that I know of. I remember doing this for Earth Day. He's like the only rapper to talk about, uh, global or ecological concerns, stuff like that. He's like one of that's prominent. Very few are prominent. So when you have so many people discuss, the differences between what the names are. I mean, I'm switching back from environment and nature to RKA, ruler of the kingdom of the air. Also, ruler, prince of the power of the air. Also, Lucifer. And what is light? How can Lucifer be also the prince of darkness? How is that even possible? How did that happen? How did that change? The light bearer, the one who brings light or enlightens or makes the dark and shadowy places light, also be the same person that's saying the prince of darkness. What happened? How did that happen? Same thing with Satan, adversary. It just means enemy. We had enemies. Japan was an enemy. They were friends, then we were enemies, now we're friends again. It's weird, it's goofy, but it's true. I know it sounds off and weird, but it's facts. So when you have somebody like they say stomp on the devil, what is the devil? What a demon, a spirit. And spirit, they have the Holy Spirit. An evil spirit. That's what they call the devil. I'm gonna look for the exact definition of it. Devil derives from the Greek diablos, meaning adversary. In Jewish, Christian, Zoroastrian, and Muslim traditions, the term applies to a single spirit of evil, whose function is to oppose the will of the good God. Well, good God Almighty. That's some. It just means adversary. It just means enemy. And what is the enemy in the good book, in the Bible? Anybody tell me? Who is the enemy? Your friend. Do good to those who curse you. Love your enemy. They say, well, make my enemy my footstool. Well, I guess you love your furniture. I love your footstool. Why did they say something negative against your enemy and then say something positive? Luke 6:27, Matthew 5:44. But love your enemy. Love your enemy. Love the devil. Love your adversary. Love Satan. That's what's really going on. That's the real facts. Love what Satan is. Love what he's about. People just like I said, people don't read the Bible. I read the Bible from time to time. I try to get my time in reading it. I look up for different words like that, and everybody's name, almost everybody's name has a meaning in the Bible. Everybody has a Hebrew definition usually, something of that nature. But that was one of the precipitous moments for me to craft RKA, Ruler of the Kingdom of the Air. It's because I had that in my mind. Had that thought in my mind. Why are people saying that this person is evil? What did he do? What was it? Where in the Bible did he say that he physically accosted or, you know, injured somebody literally in the Bible? Now, of course, he had different moments, like with Job, he completely screwed up his life just to test him, and God allowed it. He was in the desert with Jesus. This is all mystical mess. And he tempted him, and he said, "Get thee behind me, Satan." But why? Why get thee behind me? Confront me. Stand in front of me. Be my friend. We're friends, right? Adversary. Love your enemies. Oh, I can love my enemies, but I don't have to like them. Well, you're still valuing them in some way. If you love them, that's more weight than liking somebody. That's what a lot of people don't understand. That's what they don't get. They can't find a way of showing that they had some way of giving credence to what the devil, Satan, prince of the power of the air, the ruler of the kingdom of the air, all of that has to do with one or the other. They don't know what it is that makes them a Christian. They don't know what makes them a Jewish person. They don't know what makes them a Muslim person. All of that is contained in those texts. And there's a version, I think, except for the Jews. I think Islam has it. You know, they have their version of Satan. They have accounts. Because Jewish people don't believe in heaven or hell. They just believe that you die and that's it. They believe that there's a God, G dash D, capital G dash D, you know, but they don't really consider, you know, other places when you die. But Christianity does. Christianity does. They have their own set of beliefs, their own code that says that there's a place on the other side. It's called paradise, where coffee leaks from rocks and wine flows from rivers and streets of gold and pearly gates and mansions and all that. But what evidence is there of that? And people are serious. 95% of the world is serious. I guess it would be like 90% or 80%, 80s, maybe Christianity. They think that this is real. They shouldn't say think. They feel that this is real. They feel that they're living a good life or trying to be the best Christian they can possibly be so they can go to heaven. But down here is misery and hell because of Satan in the form of a serpent took to Adam and Eve and told them to go to the tree of knowledge. I've said about this before. The tree of reason, the tree of thought, the tree of epistemology. And they took that fruit, they call it an apple. Some people call it an apple, could be anything. It says in a fruit in the text. And they ate of it. And what they get? They got work, they got physical pain, they got sex. But not even physical pain. Let me make sure. Hold up. Hold up. Oh, this is the difference. It wasn't just physical pain. It wasn't just that, because that part of it goes with labor, but I'll quote from Ayn Rand. Quote, this from the Ayn Rand lexicon. Quote, what is the nature of the guilt that your teachers call his original sin? What are the evils man required when he fell from a state they consider perfection? Their myth declares that he ate the fruit of the tree of knowledge. He acquired a mind and became a rational being. It was the knowledge of good and evil. He became a moral being. He was sentenced to earn his bread by his labor. He became a productive being. He was sentenced to experience desire. He acquired the capacity of sexual enjoyment. The evils for which they damn him are reason, morality, creativeness, joy, all the cardinal values of his existence. It is not his vices that their myth of man's fall is designed to explain and condemn. It is not his errors that they hold as his guilt, but the essence of his nature as man. Whatever he was, that robot in the Garden of Eden, who existed without mind, without values, without labor, without love, he was not man. Close quote. So that just goes to show you how the brilliance of Ayn Rand, that far surpasses anything I ever write. You know, she definitely took it to another level with that explanation. But that's where we are. The ironies, all the good things that we have in life are because of the quote unquote evil serpent or evil devil that came into the garden of robots. Not talking about, mechanized robot, metallic or anything like that. I'm talking about amoral beings. That's a robot. And it just changed the course of history, apparently, allegedly. That's what people really believe. They really believe that the truth is that there was a garden, I presume somewhere in Africa, and that there was just a beautiful way of living. You were naked. You didn't have any idea of each other. You weren't ashamed to look at each other. But that's what the thing is. It's like you shouldn't be ashamed in the first place, and all the things that came with it. Being a moral person, being a rational person, having sexual desire, having love for one another. That's the difference. And we hold these things to be evil. We're repressed, like I said in a previous post. As Americans, as people of the world, but especially Americans, we're completely repressed. And that's the devious part about being in the church, especially the Catholic Church. Just like I said this before. The priests can't marry a woman, can't marry a man nowadays, it would probably be. But can't marry. There's this little altar boy over here. Who's he gonna tell? He's gonna sit with this and I didn't touch him and do all sorts of things that are devious and vicious and disgusting. And then it comes to light when they finally admit something happened to them. And what happens to the cardinals or the priests? They just get switched to another parish. They don't get reprimanded. They don't get, denigrated or put in jail, as it should be, for 50 to 70 years or more. No, they switch them all to a different church. And this is the faith. This is the kind of thing that goes on in faith. Just like the Jews, they slaughtered thousands of people. Aaron and Moses and brother, they slaughtered thousands of people. Islamic people, they continue to strap bombs on their chests and run through streets and explode. And Christians, they just have killed people. The Inquisition and the Crusades. It's all death and blood, and that's fine. That's okay. But you say you're atheist. Oh my God. You're not a part of the Same idealism that had the Crusades and the Inquisition and Islamic totalitarianism and Jewish mass slaughter. What? How dare you? What is that about? How did you become an atheist? What is an atheist? Oh my God! It's code. All of it is code. Code is everywhere. That's. I want that to be my quote. Code is everywhere. It's like typing into a computer system that has code, and you say, "Oh, I'm an atheist." And it's like, wait, alarm bells ring in their head, like because that's the code going into their brain. It's being fed, and their automatic response is, "Oh no, of course not. Oh no, no, not really." They want you like locked up behind bars almost for being an atheist. But that's just being an atheist. That I'm not even talking about being an objectivist. That's another level. Like I've said before, every atheist is not an objectivist, but every objectivist is an atheist. That's a fact. So for ruler of the kingdom of the air, my whole point is, if I have to drive home a point, it's not really my point, my theme. My theme is rationality. It's reason. It's thinking. It's creation. It's making. That's the whole ideal. That's what it's all about. It's thinking through things. It's considering something and saying, wait a minute, wait a minute. You're telling me that the king ruler of the kingdom of the air is a good person? That the power of the prince of the power of the air is a good person? You're telling me that the devil, Diablo, Satan, all these are good? How? How is this possible? I made it plain with Ayn Rand's quote. Morality, sexual enjoyment, labor, not in that order. Morality, labor, sexual enjoyment, everything like that. Rationality was the first one. That's what this means. That's what the whole idea is. That's what we have to consider. We have to look at the fact that we are mortal beings, that we will die one day. Every man born to a woman will die. It's a fact that we have so far. I mean, we look into the future, we don't know where we could be. We might be able to have sentient beings and download our ideas into a computer system and be alive, quote unquote. But it's not the same. And nowhere near the future right now. We have to consider the possibilities of the thinkers, the minds, the scientists, the philosophers, the business people, the entrepreneurs. That's what we have to consider. We know for a fact that there are people that are trying to destroy the world. It's a fact. People are plotting and scheming right now as I speak, and the people under my voice are trying to do harm to other people just out of, the idea of pleasing some mystical being and finding 72 virgins in heaven. And what is it? Jenna? I think it is. It's very serious topic. Yeah, I have to continue to push RKA, Rule of the Kingdom of the Air, because it is for our times. Nobody's writing about this. No, I can't see it, and nobody's definitely not talking about it. Nobody's engaged in it, except you have those movies that come up every year, The Exorcist, The Omen. Yeah, but let's have a different idea. Let's have a different storyline. Let's switch up the narrative. See what happens. All right, I want to thank you. I didn't have the people. I didn't get the money. I didn't get the views. I spent a whole hour literally talking to myself. But the rebroadcast will have at least 2 or 3 views, maybe more. We'll see. It's different from Tuesday nights. Tuesday nights, I'm pretty much in the pocket because I'm going to be on the community section by Wednesday morning. But I thank everyone out there that's in rebroadcast land. I appreciate you for watching this broadcast, and I will see you sometime tomorrow. Thank you very much. Take care.